In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can install and run PhyML in a Linux environment. PhyML is a tool that is used to estimate maximum likelihood phylogenes. Because this tutorial is about Linux, you need to make sure you have a Linux operating system that you are going to use. In order to run PhyML on your Linux system, you need to first download the zipped file, extract its contents to a directory, and then specify a path to the directory that has the PhyML executable file. Now let's begin. We will first go to the download page of PhyML. This is the download page. I will leave a link in the description box so that you can also use that to visit this page. On the page, go to the download button here and then click it. Then you have this statement here saying click here to download the binaries. Okay, you can choose to click on it and download, or you can choose to use the command line. Because I'm going to use the command line, I will need to get a download link. And to get a download link, I'll need to first right click on this particular text here and then get the copy link location. I'll click on it. Once I have this done, I'll move to the terminal and continue. So join me over there. On the terminal, I'll first move to my home directory. To do that, you issue the command cd. From the home directory, you can now download the PhyML binaries. I will use wget. So we say wget and then you supply it with the link that you have copied. Please note that aside wget, there are other tools that you can use to download, such as curl, but I'll prefer that you use wget so that we are all on the same page. We then execute it. Download is now complete. Let's check it out with the ls command. So there we have it. This file is zipped, and that's why we have this extension there, .zip. We would therefore need to unzip it, and we use this command, unzip, then we indicate its name. We unzip it. So there we have it. Let's clear the screen first. Let's do an ls to check the contents. So this is the unzipped directory. Okay, it's a directory that was compressed here. So now that we have it unzipped, we have it here. So let's check its contents. We say ls PhyML. We have it this way. And these are the contents of that directory. We have executable files for different operating systems. We have Windows, Mac OS, Linux. Because I'm using a Linux system, I'll go for one of these two. I'm using a 64-bit OS, therefore I'm interested in this particular one here. We also need to properly organize our tools and software. Therefore, we will create a directory and move the file there. In the process of moving the file, we are also going to rename it so that it becomes much easier to call it. Let's create the directory first. We say make the apps. When we do ls, it should be there. There we have it. We will now move the executable file into it and at the same time rename it. And this is how we do it. You see mv, then we specify the file. We have to indicate the path. And this is the full path. We need a 64-bit version. Once we have it set, we now specify the directory where we are moving it to, and that is apps. We now give it a name. So this name will be assigned to the file immediately after it has been moved. We therefore call it PhyML to make it simple. We now execute this command. We have it done. Let's do an ls in the apps directory to check it out. So there we have it. Okay. The next thing to do is to add execute permissions to this file. Linux by default does not permit files and scripts to be executed, so we have to allow it. We therefore say chmod +x and we indicate the path to the file, which is apps/PhyML. Then we execute it. Now we have it set. Now we can run PhyML because we have everything in place. So let's run it. To run it, we need to specify the full paths. That means we need to specify the path to the apps as well as the file itself. So this is how we do it. We say apps/PhyML. So we have this command executed. Okay. Now we are just testing, so we don't need to specify any sequence file. But this interface shown here means that we've set things up properly. So now let's exit. We exit by saying Ctrl C. Okay, that will exit that program for us. Let's clear the screen again. Now, with the current setup, whenever we want to call PhyML, we need to specify the full paths. Because we are in the home directory, we have to specify apps/PhyML. But to make it more simpler, we want to set it up so that once we call PhyML like this, it will be executed for us. But at the moment, when we issue PhyML, this is what happens. It says command not found. Therefore, we have to properly set the path, and we will do that by modifying the .bashrc file. This is found in the home directory. Okay, so let's move to the home directory. Let's say cd. Before we even do the modification, we need to first find the path of PhyML. Notice that PhyML was placed in the apps directory. Therefore, we have to move to the apps directory. So we say cd apps. And then in the app directory, we issue this command pwd. This is the path we need. Please note that yours is likely to be different from mine. So whatever path is displayed, you make sure you take note of that. Now we have the path we will use to set it. Therefore, we will cd to the home directory again. So we say cd. We are going to modify the .bashrc file. But before that, let's look at some quick exploration. So let's do head.bashrc. The .bashrc file contains statements and commands and configurations that you want to be run whenever you open the terminal. So this is where we are going to set the path so that whenever we open the terminal, the path is set and we can call PhyML anywhere we are. Let me clear the screen. Before we modify that file, let's make a backup of it. We are making a backup so that in case something goes wrong with the original file we are going to modify, we can quickly replace that with the backup file we've made. So let's copy it. So we say cp.bashrc, then we have bashrc.back. That's the new name for the copied file. So when we do an ls, you'll find this also created. Now it's time to modify the .bashrc file. It's just a text file, so you can use any text editor to do that. Gedit, VI, Vim, Nano, or whatever you can use. But I would prefer to use Nano. So this is how I will edit it. I will say nano.bashrc. And then it will open for me. So you scroll down to the bottom where there's no text written, and then you add the statement. Export path is equals to $path colon. Then you add the paths that we got displayed for us when we were in the apps directory. Mine was /home/ /student2/apps. It's just that directory. We don't add a PhyML file name to it. Only the directory should be added. Once we have this set up, you can save it. Let me correct this one here. This is student. Okay, you should make sure you have the right paths added. Otherwise, the command will not work. So this is my path. So I will now save changes and exit nano. To exit from the nano command, we use Ctrl X. You confirm changes and then you are done. This change will only reflect in subsequent terminals. Therefore, let's open a new terminal. In the new terminal, we can just say PhyML. And then it has been executed for us. Okay, so this tells us that we have set it up properly and we have set the correct path to PhyML. Again, let's exit this one because we don't have any sequence to feed it at the moment. So Ctrl C. Now we have everything set up properly, but it's time to do some cleanup. When we do ls, notice that we had this directory created, which was the extraction, and we also had this zip file, and we also had this one. We want to remove them because now we don't need them again. The bashrc file that we modified, everything was successful, so we don't need this backup again. You can also copy it and save it somewhere. That's up to you, but I will remove it from this tutorial. We will remove this, and then this. So let's start with the zip file here. So we say rm phyml.zip. Do an ls and it's longer there. We now remove this directory. Because this directory contains some files, let's do it to confirm. We need to do a recursive remover. Therefore, we say rm-fr phyml3.1. Please note that when we use the rm command, the file or directory is removed permanently, so you need to be careful. Now let's move that directory. It's also done, so ls will confirm for us. Now we remove this one as well. We say rm-rc.back. That is also done. Okay, so now everything is set up. So this is how we configure PhyML on your Linux system. And in later videos, I will show you how you can use PhyML to run your phylogenetic analysis as well. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next session. Goodbye.